Kia ora, everybody. Kia ora, Ngati Patamoana, kia ora, Whakatohea. I believe there's a hui apopo, 25 July, to discuss some of the issues of our treaty claim, and in particular, the urgent hearing sought by myself and Taninga Huia, and supported by many others. The issue is mandate, okay? Graham Reestra, Maui, Hudson, and others on the Whakatohea Pre-Settlement Claims Trust claim they have a mandate because Andrew Little has confirmed the mandate. Well, I don't care what Andrew Little says. The mandate, based on the vote that was conducted almost a couple of years ago, I guess now, is a load of rubbish, is bullshit. Andrew Little's lying. Tamati coffee. Yeah, Tamati doesn't know what he's talking about either. So let me go through with you why I say that. Here we go here. Look at the Waitangi Tribunal's words. Number one, do you support the WPSCT continuing to negotiate to reach a settlement with the Crown of the historical treaty grievances of Whakatohea? Answer yes or no. And that's actually repeated accurately on the question one of the voting form. Okay? Question one, answer yes or no. Here's where it all goes wrong. The tribunal said, if you answer no to question one, then you can answer question two. And question two is reproduced quite correctly on the voting form. But if you look at the voting form, it says vote on question one or vote on question two. The voting form says if you vote on question one, you can't vote on question two. If you want to vote on question two, you can't vote on question one. That's what the voting form says. That is not what the tribunal said. The tribunal said, quite logically, if you answer yes to question one, then you don't get to answer question two. That's quite logical. So when you have Graham Reestra, Maui, Hudson, Arihia, and all the others claiming they've got a majority of support because of what the voting form says, that's a load of crock. The voting form was nonsense because someone screwed up. All because of that little word or. And whether they like it or not, that voting form was completely and totally invalid because it said you could only answer one or two, and that wasn't correct. And you had so many people answering both questions, and actually there's three questions there, 1, 2A, and 2B. Some answered 2A, 2B, some answered 1, some answered all of them. The whole thing was invalid. And that is the point I'm making to the tribunal. And I wasn't one of the 13 claimant groups. Didn't belong to any of them. I only found out about it, a couple of years ago. And what I found out is whether the Claims Trust likes it or not, whether Graham Reestra likes it or not, whether Maui Hudson likes it or not, whether Arihia likes it or not, that voting form was invalid. There is no mandate. And that's what we need to do. That's what my urgent hearing is about. We need to go back and sort out the mandate. Those 13 groups won. The tribunal said the Crown's mandate was a load of crock. And of course it is. But some of you are just so eager to rush out and get your 2 cents worth. You ignore your whānau on those other 13 claimant groups. You need to sit down with them individually, not run around the country and give them a couple of minutes here and there. Each group, you need to sit down and work through their issues. And I'm not saying you have to agree with them, but you need to sit down and work with them. And once you've gone through and worked with them, if you agree, that's great. And if you don't, then you report back to the tribunal and to the Crown as to what you've done and record it. So that's my point on the mandate. And whether Graham and all of you guys like it or not, you don't have a mandate, bro. you know, the crowd, Andrew Little's either lying, and I don't think Andrew's a liar, and he's either stupid, and he's not actually stupid. I have a lot of respect for Andrew, or he just blindly follows and signs off what those idiots who are advising him on the Crown tell him to. And everyone's running for cover, all because of that little word or. You had the retired High Court judge, he didn't pick it up. Elections NZ, they didn't pick it up. The Claims Trust, you guys didn't pick it up. The tribunal, I guess, didn't pick it up. We need to sort that out, because otherwise we're just going to get sit in bloody court and enrich all those lawyers. And that's why I've gone back to the tribunal to seek urgency. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the claim settlement itself. Here's what Maui Hudson stood up and says, look at this wonderful deal. Look at that triangle there. Maui says, look, see what we negotiated. There's our mana moana, from Ohiwa out to Whakari, back down to Torere. What's that all about? What about the little bits on the side there? When myself and the late Claude Edwards, Karodia, and Tu Whakiri Williams, when we're negotiating with the Crown, this is what we told the Crown is ours. I mean, at the very least, that square boundary out to Whakari on either side. But we told them, nah, Whakatohea's boundaries go out to your boundaries, Mr. Crown, all the 200 kilometres of it. That's our starting point, and so it should be. Now, $100 million. Well, Graham, I know you're telling the media this is one of the great settlements done in the history of treaty claims, one of the highest settlement offers. What a crock of crap that is. Let's have a look. In 1996, myself and Karodia and Tu Whakiri Williams, we negotiated. It was only $42 million, bro. But if we just stuck it in the bank, 6-month rolling interest, as I understand the figures, come out to over $200 million. Now, say la vie, we didn't take it, and so we don't get no $200 million. Don't go around telling everybody what a brilliant settlement you guys got $100 million. I mean, if that's what you want to settle, that's fine. But when you talk about some of the largest settlements in the history of treaty negotiations, what a crock that is. Look at Hauraki. They didn't have the raupatu, but they got $250 million settlement. It's a bit more than what you guys managed to negotiate. And that's only a couple of years ago. And Tainui, well, let's look at Tainui. $170 million in 1993, I think it was, or 95, sorry. You stick that in the bank for 6 months rolling, that would come probably close to $1 billion. And plus, a year or so ago, they got a top-up of $370 million. So their settlement is easily over $1 billion, a bit more than your $100 million, bro. Okay? But if $100 million is what you want, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is it's actually not $100 million. Look at that reserve lands fund, $5 million. What the hell is that? Reserve lands, those are lands that the Crown stole from us, refused to give us any say in them, refused to return the things, but we're going to give them $5 million. For what? Cultural Revitalisation Fund, Te Reo Revitalisation. That should come out of today's budget, not our bloody settlement. Give us $100 million, $100 million. We want to go spend it down at the New World and the lotto machine, that's our business. But look at that, it's actually $85 million. And last but least, here's my whinge of the day. Jason Poe. Jason, go home, bro. Go back to Ngāpuhi. We don't need you. God knows why they hired you to be a negotiator for Whakatohea. You got nothing to do with Whakatohea other than taking our money and getting a crap settlement and, giving away our mana moana to Te Whānau Apanui. Hey, I don't mind. I mean, I win both ways. O te Ngati Awa. So go home. And with that whinging email you sent out today, you take that with you too. Okay, that's my rant for Friday night, 24 July. I want to see the settlement completed like the rest of you. But Graham, Maui, Arihia, you got to sort out the mandate. You don't have one, whether you like it or not. And admit the truth. The voting process was a stuff up. Of course, it wasn't deliberate. I'm not saying it was deliberate, but nevertheless, it was a stuff up. You had a High Court judge running around with you for God knows how long, and who the hell paid him shitloads of money. He obviously didn't read it, because he ain't stupid, but he obviously didn't read it. And so it all flowed through to this nonsense voting process. And now you're trying to hang on those votes from that nonsense process and claim you've got some sort of mandate. You know you don't. So get it sorted, okay? Anyway, I do hope we do settle it soon, though. And I do actually appreciate the efforts that Graham and Maui, Arihia, and all of them are putting in. But don't let that work go to waste. Sort out the mandate first.